Coming up, schools around Rockbridge County may be falling behind in their required yearly progress. The latest on a historic Lexington restaurant that went up in flames earlier this summer. And artists from the Shenandoah Valley bring new meaning to the phrase, paint the town. All this and more on the Rockbridge Report.
Not yet.
Good afternoon and welcome to the Rockbridge Report. I'm Brooke Sutherland. 6 Southern Virginia University students are facing charges ranging from conspiracy to grand larceny. They were arrested Friday in connection with a string of campus burglaries that netted laptop computers and other electronic equipment. The burglaries occurred while many students assembled here on the lawn of SVU's campus to watch a movie the weekend of September 24th. 6 members of the football and basketball teams allegedly used the opportunity to enter open dorm rooms and steal 5 laptops. The school has expelled at least 5 of the accused, and 1 more is awaiting a hearing on his fate. Trials are scheduled for November 18th. The city of Buena Vista no longer owns its city hall and police department. The Rockbridge County City used both buildings as collateral on a loan taken out for a new golf course back in 2006. With the city $9.2 million in debt and unable to make payments on the loan, the buildings could possibly be sold. But for now, the city workers continue in both buildings, and the city is making an arrangement with the insurance company to keep the police and city workers in the buildings. All southbound lanes of I-81 will be closed tonight between the Fairfield and Timber Ridge exits as crews work to construct a truck climbing lane. The closure is expected to last between 8:30 tonight and 6:30 in the morning. The detour takes drivers down Route 11. The Virginia Department of Transportation does not expect any congestion from the detour. Downtown businesses are hurting as local shoppers look to other vendors. Books & Company has been a West Nelson Street fixture for 11 years, but business at the local bookshop isn't what it used to be. Books & Company saw sales pick up in the 4th quarter of last year after it began using a sandwich board sign to send messages to shoppers. Those profits were enough to keep the store open for another year. But if sales aren't as strong this year, the bookshop may be forced to close.
It's one of those things, we all need to have strong sales to remain in business. If they stop, we can't keep going.
Fitzgerald plans to speak at tonight's City Council meeting on the importance of supporting local businesses. Lexington has a new gynecologist, but it hasn't solved the problem of delivering babies in Rockbridge County. Dr. Joanne Dudley arrives after the controversial closing of the Carilion Stonewall Jackson Birthing Center in late April. Dudley does not deliver babies, but provides some relief to women in the area.
Certainly, people could drive to get their GYN services, but that's difficult for some people. It's inconvenient for all people. And, what do you do when you have a problem? Do you feel like driving a great distance when you have a problem? So just having the service available is, I think, a big step forward.
Dudley's office is located in the Lewis Gale Lexington Center, located on Houston Street. Rockbridge area's school's adequate yearly progress results are in, and many schools have failed to pass the standards of the National No Child Left Behind law. The adequate yearly progress, or AYP, is determined by standards of the learning test scores students take at the end of each year. Each school must pass 29 benchmarks in order to make AYP. The benchmarks tally everything from test scores to attendance and graduation rates. If the school fails even one benchmark, it fails completely. The Buena Vista School District failed as a whole system, and only one of the 4 schools in Buena Vista, the district, passed all 29 standards. In Rockbridge County, although 4 out of 7 schools passed the AYP, the school district as a whole failed to meet standards. Lexington was the only school district in the county to pass as both of its schools made AYP.
Some of them are still thinking that it's just a minimum that the state set. But when you look at SOLs and AYP and you compare them to other standards across the country, they're actually very high.
Failing schools will be put on a watch status. Virginia does not require that districts do anything to support the schools, but Rockbridge County has already started giving additional funding from the state to aid the schools that did not pass. Later in the show, see how artists make Lexington a more colorful place. But coming up, the latest on the progress to restore the Southern Inn to its historic location on Main Street.
I wouldn't have been at this ceremony if I hadn't been at this ceremony first. Unfortunately, nearly 30% of U.S. high school students aren't making it to graduation, and every one of us, every parent, every friend, and neighbor, has the responsibility to provide the support and encouragement they need to make it through, because we all need to see a lot more of these pictures.
I'm lucky. Let me help you with that. I get to do something I love. It has nothing to do with touchdowns or titles. Everybody bring it in. I get to play a part in the life of someone just starting out. How many of you think homework is just as important as teamwork? I help keep kids in school. Good. And that's the name of the game. My name is LaDainian Thomason. I don't just wear the shirt, I live it.
Give, advocate, volunteer. Live United.
I really want to show you something.
1, 2, 3, go. L-O-V-E. It's a mystery. All is love. Is
love. Did you play today? For great play ideas, visit www.smallstep.gov.
Lexington made headlines this summer when an early morning fire at the Southern Inn blackened several downtown buildings and shut down the local eatery. I found out the latest on what's happening with the historic Main Street restaurant. Construction crews work to repair the Southern Inn after the July fire. The restaurant sustained not only fire, but smoke and water damage.
At this point in the year, probably we're not going to get back to Main Street until late in the summer at the earliest.
The area around the kitchen is the worst off. That's where the roof caved in. Workers are also adding support beams and other updates to bring the building up to code.
Being an old building, it wasn't built for the loads that are required these days.
In the meantime, the restaurant is back in business at a temporary home. The Southern Inn 2 opened about a month ago in the former Yunnan Garden Chinese restaurant on East Nelson Street. The original tables and chairs and even some glassware survived the fire and add some traditional Southern Inn style to the interim venue. But getting the restaurant ready has not been easy.
We ripped up the carpet and put down the floor. We painted everything. New ceiling tiles, new lighting.
The new location doesn't have a bakery, and the kitchen area is much smaller.
Here, we don't have a lot of space. It's kind of what you see is what we got.
The Southern Inn, too, does not get as much foot traffic, especially from the student community. But some prefer the temporary spot.
It's actually better because there's more parking. And actually I work at the Hampton Inn, so we recommend this quite often.
Once the Main Street renovations are completed, the restaurant will look similar to the pre-fire Southern Inn. Final design plans are still in the works. One feature that will return for sure is the familiar Southern Inn sign. The Southern Inn had to downsize its menu and dining area because of space restrictions. But if you still need that Parents' Weekend reservation, the restaurant is accepting parties of up to 8 people. Coming up, your 5-day forecast. And learn how to prevent a nasty pest from invading your home.
Hey!
Ready to go?
Yeah, but the fire's not out.
It's close enough.
Close enough? If it's too hot to touch, it's too hot to leave. I mean, the next thing you know, you've torched our whole neighborhood.
Which is why we're not going anywhere?
Exactly. 9 out of 10 wildfires are caused by humans.
Only you can prevent wildfires.
Es un gran día para los deportes. Vaya festín de jugadas que tenemos.
Mucha acción, David, por eso nos vamos directamente a la pelotas. El duelo padre-hijo en el jardín. Batazo al jardín derecho, no. Y se cayó.
Se cayó, pero bueno, ahí va, ahí va, ahí va.
Nos vamos ahora al básquet, 2 contra 1.
Y la clava. Bolita, la clavó.
Y ahora el fútbol. Ahí está papá, que la pase.
Solo.
Lo va a definir, golazo. Estas son escenas que no se repiten. Las mejores jugadas suceden en casa.
Tómate el tiempo para ser un buen papá.
It's a great day, isn't it? Yeah. Too bad your boat's gonna sink at 11:05.
Don't come closer. I have rabies. Don't you wish there were warnings to protect you from life's risks? With diabetes, there is one. It's called A1C, a simple blood test that helps measure your risk of serious complications. Learn more at diabetesaonc.org.
What if a disaster strikes without warning? What if life as you know it has completely turned on its head? What if everything familiar becomes anything but? Before a disaster turns your family's world upside down, it's up to you to be ready. Get a kit, make a plan, be informed today.
Warmer weather is headed our way for the weekend. Friday, expect sunny skies with a high in the mid-70s and a low of 46 degrees. Saturday will also be sunny with a high again reaching the mid-70s and a low in the 40s overnight. Sunday will round out the sunny weekend with cloudless skies and a high of 72. Monday will see cloudy skies return with scattered showers and highs in the low 70s. Low temperatures Monday night will be in the low 50s. Finally, on Tuesday, the rain will pick up and with a temperature high of only 68 with another chilly evening in the 40s. Lexington has been under siege lately by an unlikely opponent. Stink bugs are a nuisance for many Rockbridge County residents this season. The area has seen a significant rise in the presence of stink bugs due to the high spring rain and unusually warm summer. These conditions allow the population to grow at an abnormally increased rate. Local exterminators advise the best way to kill a stink bug is to call for outside help. But there are some preventative measures. Securing windows is one of the main ways to prevent an infestation, as cracks in windows are one of the main entrances for the bugs. Insecticides may cause more harm than good, so officials advise that they be used sparingly, since they are only marginally successful at killing the stink bugs. Contact an exterminator if you experience any infestation. Coming up, see Lexington landmarks turn into art, and how Lexington artists engage residents in their work.
Coast to coast, from Shoshone to Sierra,
Gallatin to Davy Crockett, Cherokee to White Mountain. They're more than our national forests. They're national treasures. They thrill us with towering majesty and inspire us with breathtaking beauty. They provide wood for our homes, habitat for wildlife, clean air, and drinking water for millions of us. But they are being destroyed as never before by disease and insects and devastating fires. The Arbor Day Foundation asks for your help in replanting our national forests to help restore their life-giving benefits and their awe-inspiring splendor. We'll do it one tree at a time, and the trees will become a forest, and the forests will be our future. Visit arborday.org. See what we're doing. See how you can help.
The hurricane has passed. But the recovery won't be complete until all the water has receded. If you're having trouble coping, Trained in Caring Help is waiting.
Hola, Grover, what are you doing?
Oh, I am making my emergency kit. I want to be prepared just in case.
Oh, my friend Mia made a kit with her family. Everyone help! They packed flashlights and batteries, water, food, a radio, and put it where they could find it rapidamente, quickly.
I guess I should take my canoe out of there, huh?
Look, Grover.
Help your family get ready for an emergency. Learn more at ready.gov/sesame.
Downtown Lexington hosted the 3rd annual Plein Air event last Saturday. Rockbridge reporter Holly Southers reports on the artistic festivities throughout the day.
16 artists have only 7 hours to paint multiple canvases around the city. The artists begin at 9 in the morning and have to complete their pieces by 4 in the afternoon. The finished pieces are then hung in the Nelson Gallery.
I finished one this morning, a smaller one, and I'll finish this one. If I can get to 3, that would be great, but at least 2.
The artists are painting outdoors around town. Each has to paint a landscape or an outdoor structure. The challenge is part of the 3rd annual Plein Air event. The artists are the focus of the day, but the public is able to participate.
I have walked around before when they've been out painting, but this is the first time I've actually stopped and watched an artist for an extended time.
Roanoke artist Brett Legoo demonstrates his techniques to onlookers in Hopkins Green. The artists are from various parts of the Shenandoah Valley, and each has a tie with the Lexington community that brought them back today.
I used to be a member of the Nelson Gallery, and I still have an affiliation with them, and so wanted to participate in this event.
As the sponsor of the day, the Nelson Gallery hosts a reception for the public to view and purchase the day's art. Attendees are also able to talk with the various artists about their finished pieces.
It looks like she was up in the tree, and there's no building there she could be in, and I said, what did you do? And she just got up on the hill, and that was her perspective. So.
Like most sectors, the economy has also caused a decrease in art sales. Local galleries will continue to host similar events in an effort to raise profits. For the Rockbridge Report, I'm Holly Southers.
Saturday's art will remain on display in the Nelson Gallery for the rest of the month. For more information on the artists, please visit www.nelson-gallery.com. That's all we have for you this afternoon. Be sure to check us out online at rockbridgereport.wlu.edu. Thanks for watching. I'm Brooke Sutherland.